On December 4th, 2024, the corporate world was shaken by an event few could have predicted: the fatal shooting of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. But behind the headlines and the shocking footage was a name few had heard before: Luigi Mangione. Who was he? And what could have driven him to commit such an act? Luigi Mangione was born and raised in Towson, Maryland, a quiet suburb outside Baltimore. By all accounts, he had a privileged upbringing. His family was well off, and he excelled academically. Teachers described him as an exceptional student, deeply curious and independent. Mangione was valedictorian of his high school class and went on to study at the University of Pennsylvania, an Ivy League institution. There, he majored in biomedical engineering, a field that combined his passion for science and healthcare. But something changed. Former classmates recall that Mangione became increasingly disillusioned with the healthcare industry. What began as an ambition to improve lives through medicine turned into resentment toward what he saw as a corrupt and profit-driven system. He had strong opinions about private insurance companies, particularly UnitedHealthcare, which had been at the center of numerous lawsuits and scandals related to denied claims and high medical costs. UnitedHealthcare had long been accused of prioritizing profits over patients. Reports surfaced of delayed treatments, denied coverage, and financial ruin for those unable to afford care. For Mangione, this wasn't just a policy issue, it was personal. Authorities later found a manifesto in Mangione's possession, outlining his views on the greed and cruelty of the healthcare system. He cited case after case of patients suffering due to corporate decisions, calling it an economic death sentence. Was this the moment he decided to act? On December 4th, Mangione allegedly approached Brian Thompson outside a Manhattan hotel, where the CEO was scheduled to speak at an investor conference. Witnesses report that he fired multiple shots before calmly walking away. He was captured 5 days later in Altoona, Pennsylvania, carrying a 3D printed firearm and a fake ID. Now, he faces first-degree murder charges and possible life imprisonment. The public response has been divided. Some see Mangione as a terrorist, a man who took a life and should face the consequences. But others, especially those who have suffered at the hands of the healthcare system, view him as a symbol of desperation, someone who snapped after watching too many people struggle under medical debt. A defense fund for his legal case has raised over $300,000, showing that, right or wrong, Mangione's actions have struck a nerve. As the trial approaches, the biggest question remains: was Mangione a lone extremist? Or was he a symptom of a much deeper crisis in American healthcare? Regardless of how history remembers him, Luigi Mangione is no longer just a name. He has become a flashpoint in an ongoing debate, one that won't be going away anytime soon. What do you think? Was this an act of senseless violence, or was there something more behind it? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into forgotten or controversial figures, subscribe to the channel for more.